Hello everyone, I'm back. Welcome to Tia's Natural Soaps. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. So today I am sealing my soaps. So I have this small little impulse sealer here. They come really big. The bags, you can get huge bags as wide as your countertop. And you can, do them in a row and do multiple soaps. But because I'm a small company and local, I haven't gotten that far yet. But I'm working on it. So what I do is I didn't used to seal my soaps at first. I just used to slap a label around it. But after, doing this a couple times, people picking things up and smelling them. So you are putting this on your body. I don't know where people's hands have been or whatever, their personal hygiene. So I have to be careful for all of my customers. So I had ordered this. And I've been doing soap for about 10 years now. So I ordered this. And I used to just regular shrink wrap. But now these bags are poly bags. And you can actually smell the soap inside the bags. You don't have to worry about... My first shrink wraps, you couldn't smell them. Not unless the scent was very strong and you can smell through the bags. And I used to take like a hole puncher and punch holes in the bag, so, or in the middle part, so when you pick it up, you can smell it. But that eliminates all that extra work. So all you do is put it in your bag, seal it. All you have to do is put the labels on and smell it. Smell it and sell it. And when you're doing soaps, I don't know if people know, when you're an artesian soap maker, home cook, chef, whatever, rules and regulations are totally different from small companies versus these big corporate companies. So when we do this, we have to, on your labels, you must put on there what you're selling. So this is soap. So I put my company name on there. You don't have to have your personal address. You can use a P.O. box or whatever, or you can just have your city and state. So I do my city and state. You gotta have your ingredients. And as a small business, you have to list all your ingredients as an artesian soap maker. You have to have your ingredients and the weight. That is FDA regulations. So you got to be mindful. Now, if I was just giving this away to family and friends, you don't need to do it. But if you're going to be selling anything, you have to abide by their rules. That even goes for food products, You got to list everything on it, which I think that should go for big corporations as well, not just your mom and pops, making it hard for us. But I don't have a problem with it. I think you should list all your ingredients on there. Fair is fair, and your consumers should know what's in the products they're putting on their skin or into their body. So I don't have an issue with that. Now I'm doing my Versace. And you should put that on there. So once I seal all this up, I have Versace to go, and I also have English Gentleman. That's my version of Irish Spring. But of course I can't use that name because it belongs to someone else, and I don't want to get in trouble because I don't own the rights to use that name. So I call it Irish Gentleman. And as people know, you can patent certain things. You can patent your name or something. You can buy the rights to use a certain name, and people can't use that. But however, you cannot own a scent. You can't use the same name as something. Say Versace has a scent, say called Versace Man. I cannot use that. Now, the ingredients they use to get that scent and the undertones and stuff, because a lot of the fragrance do come from herbs and plants. Now, I can use that, but I cannot name it Versace Man. Well, I'll be in big trouble. So, actually, I already did my Irish gentleman. So, I think the last I have to do is my Acqua di Gio. That's what I have to do. And I like making soap, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like this part. And I wish I had a little friend, someone's child or something that can come and do this for about 20 bucks or so. But these days, I don't know, kids want to work for that. Sometimes if I'm having a stressful day, it doesn't bother me because it's almost like a stress reliever. And I think I burnt my finger with that piece of plastic there. That's another reason why I don't have children doing it. It would have to be somebody 14, 15 years old that can understand that you got to be careful, pay attention when you're doing this. I don't want anybody, parents, knocking on my door. You burnt my Sally. So, this is what I'm doing. So once I do the labels, I may do another video. I may not do a video because the labels will take a while. I don't know if I have anything already printed or I have to print the labels. And I'm not doing, I usually buy the Avery labels and use the Avery software, go online and print them myself. Or you can have them do it, but I print them myself. But labels sometimes get very expensive. So, especially the waterproof ones. So what I have been doing is making my own labels, still using the Avery software. Or I can create my own designs. But I like Avery's print and design software they have for free. A lot of companies charge you, but they are free. I use that. And I just print it out on regular pieces of paper. And I just put boxing tape over top the label to get it waterproof. Sometimes I'll do my cigar labels. That's just a long rectangle piece of paper that you use and you wrap it around your soap, and you can do that as well. Sometimes I do that, depends on what I'm doing. But I have changed the way I did my labels. I don't know how many times. This is a waste of paper. I did buy the water soluble paper or plastic, biodegradable, whatever it's called. But it wasn't big enough, excuse me. Get this out of their way. It wasn't big enough for my bars of soap. They were kind of small. And then they weren't clear. They were like an off-white. So, you really couldn't see the color of the soaps in the design. So, that was a waste. I still have them. I probably can use them for like my shampoo bars or something. Now, my shampoo bars, I don't believe I wrap those. Yes, I do. I wrap those as well. So, if you're doing real big bars of soap, these are two little small ones. And this will go in my sample bag. But you can put two of them in there. You do the middle. Now, if you get the real big ones, and you can do a whole bunch of them at a time, you can just lay it down on your surface and take this little thing. It doesn't have the base part. It doesn't have this part. It's just the top part. And it has a handle on the top. And you just boop, 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 and seal it that way. So that stuff is also very expensive. And like I say, I'm not there yet. I could have been there, but I was working where I used to work at. I took a senior manager position, so I didn't really have time to do my own business. But just like most Americans, I actually resigned. It became too stressful for me. I could no longer do the job. It was just plus taking care of my family members, my husband, people in the family dying from COVID, plus other deaths in the family. It was just a terrible time for me. And I feel like this, if you can't give your job, all of you, and you're stressed out and you no longer like that job and you hate it, sometimes you have to make a decision. The money or the job. You got to make a decision. So I made that decision. And I think I only have pocket change, y'all. But I think it was the best decision I have ever made. I will go back to work. But I do want to focus on my business. And hopefully if that can get me working it full time and making an income out of it, a big income, then that's what I would do. That's what I did at first. And actually when I first started this about 10 years ago, the majority of the money that I did make in profit off of it, I actually paid for my kids' first 2 years of college. So I had 2 children. They're adults now that went to college. One didn't stay. My son sometimes I think is a damn career student, but hopefully he'll be finished by the spring. He is studying to be a doctor. He's a Howard student, so go Howard. Even though Howard right now, his students are having a hard time, and I think they've been protesting about the living conditions. You're paying anywhere from $30,000 to $60,000 a year. There's no reason that you have to have a sit-in for your living conditions. It's too much money. They're making too much money, and too much money has been donated to them. However, he's going to School of Medicine. He also is published, because when he was going to UMBC, he also helped publish a medical journal. He had an insert in a medical journal, I guess that's what you call it, on cesarean section and women with high blood pressure. So they sent him to Bangladesh to do his research. So he is really a smart boy. I don't know where he get it from. I was smart, but he surpassed what I did. I love him to death, even though he's a pain. But I'm all done. Let me see if I can turn around this so you can see. Let me see. Here's all my soaps that I just shrink wrapped. Irish Gentleman. My Cubans and Cognac. I just love these. They're supposed to smell like cognac and Cuban cigars, which it kind of does. The Manny Man soap. And then my Versace here. I'm still on the fence with the Versace. And my Acqua di Gio. That smells good. There's a light scent to the Acqua. And then when I have extra soap, I just put them in these little rose molds. And I give them to my little hubby. Or sometimes if I get enough, I will sell them as a gift set. So here you go. Thanks for watching. This is signing off with Tiela's Natural Soaps. Toodles.